American versatility in the flesh. What's going on, YouTube? Today we're gonna do a unboxing. Got some books that came in the mail. I'm gonna share with you. So first off, I want to mention my hat, my fedora. My mother just got back from Haiti. This is her first time going to Haiti. She went to Port-au-Prince, and Mother's Day always gonna bring you something back. And so my mother knows that I have an affinity for fedoras. That's kind of like my little retro swag that I throw in to, kind of keep stuff fresh and throw people off a little bit. So she got me a fedora. She actually got me two of them. But, one of them I'm wearing just, because I'm enjoying it, and I'm, going to break it in a little bit before I take it and give it its first showing in public. But, this is right up my alley. I like wearing fedoras. So, hats, fitteds, fedoras, all that kind of stuff, I'm into that. So, I got a book with me that I just recently found again. It's Tupac Resurrection. And, man, I've been seeing the trailers for, they got a movie coming out, the Tupac movie coming out. I don't know when. I think they pushed it back. But, I'm super excited on seeing this. This book was one of my favorite reads while I was locked up, man. I just really enjoyed getting into the mind of Tupac, man, because he had so many layers to him. And, not a lot of people knew that. And, man, he got cut down way too early, you know what I mean? He died when he was 25, and I mean, he had so much potential. He never got to fully realize all of his thoughts and his wisdom, much like Malcolm X and, a lot of other individuals that died too young, or, people may say got assassinated and murdered and that kind of stuff. So, it's interesting because I kind of traced my growth and trajectory and kind of paralleled it to what Tupac was going through. So I really enjoyed this book, man. And, I actually just sent this book to an individual that's incarcerated, a fairly well-known Atlanta rapper. I'm not going to mention her name because I don't know if she's comfortable with that, but I sent it to her, and I just sent a quick note with it and let her know, hey, man, I think, you might enjoy this read. I want you to keep your head up, stay focused, realize that, you got a lot of people rooting for you, and you're going to have to come home, man, and hit the ground running. So, keep your head on tight, man, and maybe you might be able to pick up some jewels off of this book. So, let's get to the first unboxing. Okay. Got my man Jesse Itzler here. Jesse Itzler's book is called Living with the Seal. And, man, I just dig their whole family, man. If you don't know Jesse Itzler, I believe he's one of the co-owners of the Atlanta Hawks at the moment. But he used to be a rapper back in the day, and then he founded this group that, oh man, I can't remember the name. It starts with I think it's Marquis Jet, where they basically kind of rent out private jets for companies, so a company didn't have to completely buy a private jet, and he just blew away the market with that and ended up doing pretty well for himself. And he actually married Sarah Blakely, which she is, if a lot of you ladies might be familiar with her, she is actually the owner and the founder of Spanx, the little undergarment that keeps everything tight. And, man, I read her story in the Forbes magazine, and I was just blown away by her, man, because she is just so tenacious and just has such a spirit and a passion for what she's doing, man. And so I instantly became a fan of hers. And he seems super cool, too, man. And I definitely want to check his book out. And so this is going to be on my future TBR list to read. Probably my short list, because I want to get to this pretty soon. I may run into him at one of the membership events, the Hawks membership events. And so, I want to chop it up with the book about him a little bit. Oh. So I'm sorry. The book Living with the Seal is about, he actually goes and he lives and trains with a SEAL for 31 days. And, a lot of people consider Navy SEALs and Marines one of the toughest people on the planet. And so I guess he puts him through just a rigorous treatment. And so he kind of documents it in the book. and you know, his kind of growth and progression through that. And man, so I don't know if you guys can see the top, but LeBron James said at the top, "It's hilarious," you know. And they just seem like such a fun family, man. He seems like such an energetic, you know, full of zest and full of life kind of guy, man. So I'm looking forward to reading this book and see what he's talking about. All right, let's go on to the next one. Okay, this next one is called The One Thing, and it's by The One Thing is by Gary Keller. And you know, I've been hearing quite a bit about this book. I actually watched like a little video clip on like a summary of this book where it talks about basically the premise of the book is that people do so many things in a day and have so many skills that they're trying to acquire and hobbies and this and that. And you know, basically the author is saying that the way you're going to master something is not by doing a bunch of things every different day. He's like, you got to really hone in on that one thing and just beat it to death in order to become a master at it. He was like, masters do that one thing. They have a mastery in one thing and one thing only, pretty much. And so, you know, it's kind of like what Gladwell talks about in Outliers when he says, like, you got to put in 10,000 hours. Basically, I guess the one thing is pretty much kind of along the same lines. He doesn't have like a specific hour amount, but he's basically saying that you got to put in a bunch of time at one thing in order to master it. And I am terrible at this. I am a multitasker. I love to jump from project to project, which is why I'm digging the whole writing profession, because I can do one book and then jump to another book, which is a completely different project, and I'm always going to be stimulated and be able to, you know, keep my creative juices flowing. But you got to finish the one project first, the one book first, before you jump to the next one. And that's something that I have trouble doing. Is I'm like a juggler. I like to juggle multiple things at once. I don't know why, but I'm really working on this. So I figured that this book could really help me out and kind of convince me and persuade me to be like, yo, it's way more efficient. It's a lot better off for you to just do one thing and then you can move on to something else. So this is going to be a great read for me. And this is going to be on my short TBR list as well. So I will be reading this very soon as well. And it doesn't seem like it's a little over 200 pages. It doesn't seem like it's going to be a long read at all. I should be able to knock it out in a few days. So whenever I do get to it, it should be a quick read. I'll let you guys know what I think about it. So I can't end this video without giving you guys a update on NaNoWriMo. I got to about 13,000 words, and I kind of hit a wall on my story. And the reason I hit a wall on the story was because I honestly did not do a thorough outline on it. And I like to plan stuff out very well before I undertake it. And, you know, NaNoWriMo kind of caught me off guard because I honestly was not familiar with it before. And I literally just finished my first manuscript and sent it off to the editor. And this is my first manuscript. I was handwritten in prison, and I'm super excited, man. I finally got the green light, and I sent it off to the editor, and I literally just did that right before the month of November started, and I tried to rush and I got an idea for the NaNoWriMo, and I tried to rush and do the outline for it, and I did it was like a skeleton outline. And I just said, well, you know, I'm going to try it anyway and see how it works out. It worked out decent at first, but I definitely hit a snag where, you know, I really needed to flesh out some more of the ideas a little more. But I'm sitting on about 4 thorough outlines that I also got done while I was incarcerated. And so I'm actually going to pick up one of those outlines, which is originally going to be my next project anyway. I'm going to pick up one of those outlines, and I'm going to start working on that. So my NaNoWriMo vlogs will switch from the original novel idea I've had to this new one I'm about to start working on, which already has a thorough outline. And kind of I'm just going to be plugging and playing and getting some stuff rolling on that. So I have not bowed out of NaNoWriMo yet, but I am switching projects, if that makes any sense. Well, once again, man, I appreciate y'all rocking with me for these few minutes. And, you know, we out here building, not destroying. So, from zone 1 to zone 6 and all my partners in the sticks, man, y'all be cool out there. Take care.